This man, pacing inside Mexico's most secure prison, is none other than the infamous drug lord, El Chapo. His cell is under 24/7 surveillance by specialized CCTV cameras. There are no windows or skylights in his cell, only a small shower area in the corner. Despite the extreme security measures, El Chapo managed to approach the shower area unnoticed by the guards and vanished. After 30 minutes of suspicion, the guards checked his cell, only to find that the world's most notorious drug smuggler had escaped. How did he manage to escape, and from where? Let's explore the life of El Chapo and his incredible prison break. Welcome back to Xfinity Evolution. El Chapo, born in 1957 in the small Mexican town of La Tuna, was originally named Joaquin Guzman. He later adopted the name El Chapo. Drug trafficking ran in his family, with his father, a small-time drug dealer, kicking him out of the house at a young age. With no other options, El Chapo started selling drugs, and by the age of 15, he was growing his own supply. Choosing remote areas to cultivate marijuana, his drug business expanded rapidly, catching the attention of Mexico's top drug dealers, who wanted him in their gangs. In the 1970s, he joined a drug trafficking gang called El Güero Palma, where he became responsible for overseeing smuggling operations. El Chapo was ruthless in his role, killing anyone who caused delays or mistakes. In the 1980s, he joined the infamous drug dealer Pedro Aviles's gang, the largest in Mexico at the time. El Chapo was responsible for logistics and drug shipments, overseeing the drugs arriving from Colombia. But in 1989, when the gang leader was captured, the group fell apart. El Chapo took advantage of this situation and formed his own gang, the Sinaloa Cartel. At that time, drugs entered the U.S. via two main routes, through the Caribbean and across the Mexican border. With U.S. authorities focused on the Caribbean, El Chapo smuggled drugs through other channels into the U.S. El Chapo focused on high-profit drugs like meth, heroin, ecstasy, cocaine, and marijuana. Smuggling drugs into the U.S. was no easy task, so he developed clever methods. Early on, he used items like fire extinguishers, chili pepper cans, and car rims to hide drugs such as cocaine, which drug-sniffing dogs couldn't detect. However, other drugs couldn't be smuggled using these methods, so El Chapo turned to tunnels. He invested millions of dollars and hired experts to construct underground tunnels equipped with electricity and ventilation systems to smuggle drugs into the U.S. In the 1990s, the FBI was stunned when they discovered one of El Chapo's tunnels, 300 feet long and fully equipped with electricity. The tunnel led to a house that served as El Chapo's safe house and a potential escape route. Despite numerous efforts, authorities were unable to capture him. In 2010, another tunnel was found in Otay Mesa, featuring advanced facilities, including a rail system for transporting both dirt during construction and later drugs. Between 2012 and 2013, additional tunnels were found in Tijuana and Otay Mesa. Due to his expertise, El Chapo earned the title King of Tunnels. He built his tunnels deep enough to avoid detection by ground-penetrating radar, and cleverly hid the entrances under bathtubs or toilets. Before digging, he carefully chose locations, primarily targeting the U.S.-Mexico border near Otay Mesa for three reasons: its proximity to major transport hubs, the industrial area masking the noise of digging, and the soil, which was soft for digging but firm enough to prevent collapse. On June 19, 1993, Mexican authorities finally captured El Chapo, sentencing him to 20 years in prison. Even in prison, he turned it into his office, bribing guards to gain special privileges and arranging business meetings to keep his drug empire running. In 2001, after the Mexican Supreme Court made it easier to extradite criminals, El Chapo knew that the U.S. would try to bring him in, where escaping would be more difficult. So, he orchestrated his first prison break, bribing guards with $200,000 and escaping in a laundry basket. For the next 13 years, El Chapo remained at large, continuing his tunnel building, drug trafficking, and criminal activities without capture. However, after 13 years, Mexican authorities pinpointed his location and raided his house. Once again, El Chapo escaped through a secret tunnel beneath the bathroom, but this time, he was caught before he could get far. He was then sent to Mexico's most secure prison, the Altiplano Maximum Security Prison, with heightened security. But just a year later, on July 11, 2015, while pacing near the shower area, the only spot not covered by cameras, El Chapo disappeared. 30 minutes later, guards entered his cell to find him gone. He had secretly dug a tunnel beneath the shower, which connected to a larger tunnel leading to a construction site a kilometer away. This tunnel, 33 feet underground and 5 feet 7 inches wide, was large enough for a person to walk through easily. However, his freedom didn't last long. On January 8, 2016, Mexican Marines raided his safe house in Los Mochis, capturing him after a fierce gunfight. This time, the US government didn't want to take any chances. In 2017, El Chapo was extradited to the US, where he now serves a life sentence in the Supermax prison in Colorado. Despite the tight security, there's always a lingering fear that El Chapo might escape again. In the end, El Chapo's story is one of power, ambition, and audacious escapes that defied the highest levels of security. Despite his notorious rise to become the most powerful drug lord in the world, his empire crumbled under the weight of international law enforcement. His multiple escapes, while legendary, eventually came to a final halt with his extradition to the US, where he now serves a life sentence in a supermax prison. Though his days of freedom are over, the legacy of his underground empire and daring prison breaks will continue to captivate the world. If you found this story intriguing, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more captivating videos. See you next time.